This is a HeadGum podcast.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like to check that your neighbor isn't rehearsing with their heavy metal band on the same day you're hosting a backyard meditation for your mindfulness group.
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Handsome, chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod. Chatting with friends on the Handsome Pod.
Pretty little episode.
God, that gets me every time. I'm never expecting Pretty Little Episode.
I know, and it's such a catchy tune.
It really is. We are such talents.
Gosh,
Look at us.
out of us.
I know it. We're some of the best, if not the three best.
The best in the biz.
Yeah, but you only have two of us. Two
I
of the
know.
best. And Mr. Thomas, of course, here.
Yeah, welcome to our pretty little episode. I'm Fortune Feimster.
Oh, right. And I'm Tig Notaro.
How you doing, bud?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. Just, what am I doing? God.
I know,
don't
everything's
know.
a
I'm
blur
like-
lately.
Yeah, I'm home from Toronto and home from doing Star Trek, and
Yeah.
it's just so incredible, deeply incredible to just be back in my life, and that is not to say that I did not enjoy being in my Toronto life,
Yeah.
but it's just a whole different feeling to be in your own bed and see my little cubs. Finn has
Yeah.
braces. Just things
Aw.
are changing. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like when you're filming, it kind of feels like you're in an alternate universe that like real life is kind of paused,
Mm-hmm.
and
No doubt.
it is that such a nice feeling to get back home and get a routine again.
Yeah. And speaking of routines, how's your new routine going? Are you excited about your new material?
Yeah, it's going good. I'm just weeks away from starting the theaters. I can't believe it's already here. When I started,
I
it's
can't
funny
either.
that was my break. There was no real break other than I wasn't on a massive tour.
Yeah.
But it was filled with many other things.
Isn't that insane? I always marvel over that. It's like I was filming for 6 months. I put mostly everything on hold.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I wrap production, my
all
entire
there.
calendar
Yeah.
fills right up. And
I
I'm on
know.
quote unquote break.
I think that's the life of a stand-up, because we just don't do one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily it's all good stuff. Like, we love doing this.
Yeah. Speak for
Um,
yourself.
You ready to go retire? Yeah, so I'm excited for it. It'll be good to just get back on the road and make people laugh. I love
Mhm.
that feeling. I want to try to be healthier though. I want to try to maintain, like, not my last tour. The first like year of it, I just like was not taking good care of myself, and I really want to prioritize that.
What kind of shift are you wanting to make, or shifts?
Just not eating like crap the whole time, like,
Mhm.
and not eating after the show.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get in like even a light like 30-minute walk and uh moving my body,
Yep.
just not blowing up.
Well, you're looking trim.
Thanks. I mean, I had time to, be at home and tread water. I've been doing that
Mhm.
still.
Are you really?
Yeah, I mean,
Be honest with me.
I am at least a couple times a week. Two minimum is what I try to go for.
Fortune, I
Four
cannot.
max, two minimum.
It is so cool.
Yeah, it's just a good escape to meditative type thing for me.
No doubt. Same. I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping to get back into that as well.
You gotta.
But I am a little curious about your new material. Like, how and when are you doing any shows in LA before you head out?
I'm doing Pasadena this Sunday and Largo this Monday.
Okay.
There's mom stuff again. There's a couple
Mhm.
Jack's things, and several childhood stories again, and then
Mhm.
story about my dad. I haven't talked about him much. I'm still looking for like 2 stories, but I don't want them to be about my family or my childhood or Jack's. I just want them to be 2 independent, something other than that kind of story, but I don't know what those are yet.
And is the story about your dad, "I'm your father. I'm your father."
No, it's
No.
a story about him going through a midlife crisis.
Oh, okay. I
Because
think
I
about that.
realized I'm the age now that my parents were when they divorced.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
That is wild.
Yeah, because
How old
I
are you? 44?
44 and
Uh-huh.
I really thought they were so old when that happened. But it really put a lot of things into perspective of like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Because I don't feel young, but I don't feel old.
Mhm.
And it just made me go, wow, if that happened to me with 3 kids and a lot of financial responsibilities, I wouldn't necessarily know how to handle that either. And they kind of had to, trial and error, had to make some mistakes in order to sort of find the path. And I guess it makes me sort of acknowledge the journey not being easy
Mhm.
for
Yeah,
them.
it's really insane to think about how much younger, like Max and Finn were talking about that. Like Max randomly said, what is the normal age to have kids? And Finn just chimed in immediately and said 38. And it's like, first of all, you're kind of right.
Yeah,
But also,
at
where did
least in
that come
LA.
from? Yeah, in LA. But it definitely is trending in that direction where people are
Yeah.
getting married and having kids older. Of course, there are certainly people that
Mhm.
are doing it young as well,
Yeah.
but that was the thing to do, is get married, have kids,
Mhm.
right out of the gate. And
Yeah.
I cannot believe, even like Stephanie blows my mind how she just walked into motherhood like, I don't
Mhm.
want to say no big deal, but she just seemed, I would marvel. I was,
Yeah.
I'm 15 years older and I would be like, I'm tripping all over myself. And she just
Mhm.
seems so, she's got it, you
Yeah,
know?
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really impressive. I mean, she was 30
Mhm.
when we had Max and Finn, but anyway, yeah, I think about that Adele song. What is
Mhm.
it? Basically she's asking, I think the song is about her singing to her child. Like,
I'm sure I know which one, but it's not coming to me.
it's like her most recent hit.
Yeah.
I have
Go
to,
easy on me?
yeah, go,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Okay. Go easy on me. Cause
Uh-huh.
it's basically like I was doing my best, like singing
Yeah.
that to her kid. I think that's what the song
Yeah.
is like, go easy on me. I made the best decisions.
Yeah.
I was all from love,
Yeah.
and I fumbled.
Yeah, it's the life is interesting and these things come your way and no age makes it easy, but
No, no.
definitely is interesting to look back on it in a different setup. Being where I'm at now, going,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I get it.
yeah. Same Z's. 10 years older than
Yeah.
you. But well, cool. I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear your new material,
Thanks.
and
Should we hear some questions from our
I think we should,
pretty
mainly
little
because that's what we're
listeners?
here to do.
Let's do it.
Okay, hit us, Mr. T.
Hello, handsomes. This is Goldie from the Bay Area. Here's my question. If you were an action figure, what would come with you and what would be sold separately?
Oh, well,
Whoa. Do you have an
I
action
almost,
figure?
after I did that zombie movie, Army of the Dead,
Mm-hmm.
they had sent me action figures for my character that they were making. I think there was like a game
Mm-hmm.
and an action, like there was a whole thing, but I never saw it again. But
Yeah.
I have a picture of what my action figure was going to look like. I was kind of hoping I was going to end up an action figure since I'm on Star Trek, but
Mm-hmm.
that hasn't happened.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
And then somebody made a bobblehead of me and sent it to me.
I want a
So
Tig bobblehead.
I was going to say I'll give it to you, but
No, you
I
gotta
like
keep
it.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like to check that your Bluetooth speaker is charged before taking it on a hike. Actually, why not just leave it at home and enjoy the sounds of nature?
Checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
I think just me as Tig in the world, as an action figure, I guess I'd probably be walking around with a microphone because of stand up and podcasting. Or maybe I'd have like a boom microphone over me as well. And probably an apple. I eat an apple every day. I love Honeycrisp apples.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have a microphone and an apple, and I'd eat that apple right on the microphone and drive you batty.
I've never had an action figure, but I am doing a voice in Zootopia too. And I have been told I will have a plush toy.
Nice.
So,
You deserve it. If anyone deserves a plush toy, it is you, my friend.
and I'm playing a beaver.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
Isn't that
course.
amazing?
Yes. Oh.
So I'm very excited for that. It comes out later at the end of this year.
No, that's so fun.
Yeah, I think it does. I can't remember what they decided.
That's not your business to
I
know. You're
know,
the
but-
star. You walk in, you do your thing, you walk out a toy.
That's right. If I was an action figure, though, I think this would be my what do you call it?
Accessory?
My accessory. It would be Biggie.
Of course.
It would be a little Biggie, and we would fight crime together. Wah 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 wah.
That's really scary. Oh my gosh.
For those of you listening, Biggie is with me, and he's karate chopping.
Or you can go directly to YouTube and see it straight away. It is some scary moves. I would have to also, I forgot to say what I would sell separately.
Yeah.
It would have to be Kitty City. Kitty
For
City's going to
sure.
be standing around me and my apple and my microphone.
Biggie's looking at me like, really? You got me out of my bed for that?
For those lame karate chops.
He's like, just let me sleep already. What would be sold separately?
Yeah.
Oh, my action figure would have its own pair of Crocs, but you could like change them out for other colors, and you could put a little decorate the Crocs and stuff. That would be sold separately.
That is sexy.
Yeah, I would fight crime in Crocs.
Let's hear Goldie's answer. I love your name, Goldie.
Mm-hmm. Keep it Goldie.
My answer is in my action figure package, I would be sold with my reading glasses, my library card, and my e-reader. And sold separately would be all the books. One of my favorite books of the 302 books that I read last year was Interesting Facts About Space by Emily Austin. I kept picturing May as the main character, so it was kind of fun. I also loved May's book and Tig's book. So Fortune, please write a book.
All right.
Yeah, are you going to write a book, Fortune?
I'd like to one day. I
Do
think
it.
so. She
I
read
bet you got a lot to say.
302 books in a year.
I mean, let's be honest, and this is a compliment. Goldie is a nerd alert, and so is Mr. Thomas. Thomas reads you read a book a week, don't you, Thomas?
I try to, yeah. I
Yeah.
fell
Oh my
a bit behind that
gosh.
pace, but I try.
Yeah. Well, you're a busy guy, but yeah, Thomas is full blown nerd alert.
Wow. I can't. My mom loves to read. She can read a book a week as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read that fast. But my
Well.
grandmother was also that way. They both were just could not get enough of books.
And you're like, I am my own person.
Well, I have a little bit of ADD.
Mhm.
So I'll start reading and then just go off into the clouds.
Sure.
So I have to really, really concentrate.
Well, we won't keep you long. Let's get to the next question so you can go back into the clouds.
Hello, Fortune, May, and Tig. Yes, she insists on singing. This is the siblings, Eleanor and Madeline from New Jersey. We have a question for you. What is something your sibling introduced you to that changed your life?
Oh, we've never had siblings ask us anything before.
No.
This is our first sibling duo.
Yes.
Um,
Gosh.
I have two older brothers, so I was always introduced to most things I found out about were through them in
Yeah.
childhood. Like both my brothers introduced me to a lot of music. I don't know that my taste would have been anything other than New Kids on the Block
Oh God.
had they not
That's
played
hilarious.
different, cooler music. I think my love of sports and playing sports in particular came from my oldest brother, Price.
Mm-hmm.
He introduced me to tennis, and he would. I don't think I would have gotten into tennis otherwise, and I ended up playing my whole life and through college and in a league in LA for many years.
So they basically made you gay.
They made me gay. You guys. They made me tougher because they would beat the crap out of me too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they definitely helped shape at least some of my interest.
Yeah, same. I feel like, I don't know if my brother introduced me to Richard Pryor. We both found him together, but we just loved him so much.
Mhm.
And we were both very into, and well, he didn't introduce me to the Beatles or anything, but we were both very into the whole British invasion of rock. Soccer, we were both wildly into soccer as kids, and I think similarly to you, shaping and but we were, only like a year apart.
And were you guys close growing up, or closer when you got older?
Well, we were definitely close, but we definitely would fight. And I think I've talked on the podcast about how I would swing my monkey around to defend myself because my monkey had a hard plastic face and hard plastic hands. But we really drifted in like junior high school days.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he went off to college, and when my mother forced my coming out party while he was driving us in his Jeep, then we became closer. He went on his radio show and talked about the fact that I was gay, and really supported me, and has.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
My brothers were never big comedy guys, so that was the one hobby that I did not get exposed to from them. That we did not really know much about stand up or listen to stand ups or anything like that, so I had to discover that one on my own.
You discovered comedy on your own?
On my own. I discovered comedy. This is pretty cool.
Feimster discovers comedy.
But my brothers weren't very like artsy guys. They're just like more sporty guys, I guess.
There were things that like my brother would do that I remember doing because he did them.
Yeah.
He would draw motorcycles.
Uh-huh.
And so I started drawing he had a sketchbook where he would draw different kinds of motorcycles, and I was like, oh yeah, me too.
And then you end up getting some.
How funny. We got a question from Goldie, and that is my motorcycle's name, Goldie Honda.
That's right.
Kurt Russell is the other.
Let's hear Eleanor and Madeline's answer.
Okay, something our siblings introduced us to that changed our life would be
Music.
Yes, music. Borrowed and stolen, burned mix CDs passed from sibling to sibling has led to shared music tastes, which has led to shared music experiences because we go to as many concerts as we possibly can. Who did we see this year, Madeline?
Saves the Day, Say Anything.
Mom Jeans and
Motion City Soundtrack.
Love ya. Bye.
I don't know some of those
Eleanor and
bands.
Madeline don't waste time. They're just like, here's the answer. We gotta go. We got a concert to get to.
They have cool taste in music, it seems.
Yeah.
Those
Mom
I don't know
Jeans.
some of those bands, but they sound cool. This is why I wish I did want a sister. I feel like sisters do things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Go to concerts together and send handsome questions together. It's cute.
Fortune, you sound straight.
I'm so straight with my sister.
Oh my God, me and my sister are so straight, and we're going to a concert.
We're so straight, my sister and I.
You know what? I have sisters. I wasn't raised with them. I was going to say I don't have sisters, but I do. My apologies, sisters. But yeah, we were the huge gap in age.
Yeah.
And we just were not around each other. But I'm happy I just had my brother.
Yeah.
I think we were like definitely on the same page with basically all of our interests, except I did secretly play with Barbies with my ruffly underwear on. But anyway, well, that was fun catching up with you, Fortune,
You
and
too.
with Eleanor, Madeline, and old Goldie.
Goldie.
Goldie. And everyone, if you could submit your question and answer at speakpipe.com/handsomepod, we would appreciate it. We love getting your questions. And remember to subscribe and to the podcast and the audio as well as YouTube, and share episodes with friends. Let's keep building this very handsome community.
Let's do it. Well, this was quite a treat. Always love hearing these question and answers.
I thought you were going to say, I always love hearing your voice.
And I love your voice, Tig.
I love your voice.
With your Tig old bitties.
They're in a dumpster.
Well, all that's left to tell our friends is to keep it pretty handsome.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Like you know to check that your lucky socks are washed and ready to be worn on the day you're up for that big promotion.
Checking first is smart, so check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
That was a HeadGum podcast.